Hi, I'm Davis.
And I'm Andy.
We're the Game Grazers.
Slowly tune our way through games.
Yes. I don't know why you are all like foggy farty.
I know, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
It's one of those like ailments you picked up because of your genetic legacy. So we are going to be continuing, spoiler alert, Aerith Dias talking about Ghostbusters. There is a little meter at the bottom, hopefully keeping track of how long we are talking about Ghostbusters and potential spoilers within it. So there you go. But when we left off, you were talking about how you just did not like the story and you did not like Rowan.
Yeah, I did not like Rowan at all.
No. Like, there's a certain amount I can appreciate what they were trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing I definitively can appreciate is they did try to do their own thing. They did try to not be the original. Wow, you died really fast. Oh my god,
that was fast. Okay. Yeah, well, but then you had the cameos felt awfully forced.
Like, I mean, here's my general opinion was, I felt the movie was average at best. It was like, you can have some fun with it, and it was a forgettable summer popcorn muncher. I need to pick one of these guys. The mage. I'll go with the paladin.
You know what, though? They forgot the best cameo of all.
Which one?
Ron Jeremy. They should have brought him back.
I have no money because you suck.
But I have to admit, yes, I do suck. Welcome to my world.
Anyway.
So I guess wrapping it up, I think they're going to make a sequel to this movie, which I think is actually kind of unfortunate.
I mean, the mix of me is like, I want more Ghostbuster stuff.
Yeah.
And so the one thing I will say that I must retract from my initial opinions based upon trailers, there was one character I actually ended up liking a little more than I thought I would. And that was Patty. Oddly enough.
Wait, which one was Patty?
The black lady.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's a hilarious actress. I love her.
Well, the thing I loved...
Leslie Jones, right?
Yeah, Leslie Jones. The thing I actually really liked about it was the fact that, like, in the trailers, they just made her out to be, stereotypical, like, street-savvy black lady. And she was. There was no doubt about that. But the fact that, like, in the trailer, she's like, oh, I know New York. I was just like, oh, I know people in New York kind of thing. But no, she actually had this, like, encyclopedic knowledge of, like, New York history.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, wow, she actually managed to bring something to the team that even Winston didn't bring. Even though she fails at being, like, the audience surrogate, like Winston was. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I actually legitimately enjoyed her more than I thought I would. But I cannot talk about that movie without being remiss that there is one addition that I absolutely fucking love.
What?
That was Gillian Holtzman, the Kate McKinnon character.
Oh, yeah. She was amazing. And
yeah, like every scene she was in was just fucking amazing. And like, I'm like, okay, if they like, even if they had like passing off the torch, I want her back and with that character. That character needs to stay. I love that character to death.
She had so much fun with that character. I think it really helped that.
And so like, I think the difference between, because it was nothing bad about, I don't think there was anything like great. Oh, sorry. There was nothing bad about Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy. But there's nothing like spectacular either. Like everything just felt like, oh my god.
I think it's fucking massive.
It is. It just felt like they were just like in a room doing improv together. And it felt more like that Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon were actually playing like legit characters.
Uh-huh.
You know? And I think that's what kind of set them apart. So like those characters were far more memorable to me than the others. And there I go, I died.
Wow.
And I think that was like my biggest issue was there was no real, the team didn't feel like it had actual chemistry. Like you felt that, you know, Ray and Peter and Egon were cohorts and associates.
Yes.
Like you knew by the way they acted with each other, you knew they had history. But here it just sort of felt like, meh, you know, it just kind of wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, again, I enjoyed myself. I'd give it's an average rating, you know, 5 or 6 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I will gladly watch it again. And I was not discontent. I was not pissed off at it. And I will blame that on practice more so than anything. Because as a fan of Dragon Ball Z and Avatar: The Last Airbender, holy fucking shit, Dragon Ball Evolution and Last Airbender are goddamn terrible movies. Ghostbusters, holy crap, you died. Ghostbusters is not a terrible movie, I think.
Compared to those.
Like, there are going to be people who hate it, there are going to be people who love it. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be one of those kind of movies.
Divisive is what I like to say.
But in my little Facebook review, I think I made a valid point. And I don't know if you'll agree with it or not, but this Ghostbusters was not meant for me. I am not, it should have been. It wasn't. But the person who I think will end up really loving that movie is my son. He's young. He's only 2, but when he's old enough, it's like, oh, cool. It's like cool, shiny graphics, and it's got awesome ladies shooting lasers at ghosts. You know? Yeah, at the end of the day, that's kind of what I wanted. I just wanted people shooting lasers at ghosts. It sounds terrible as a ghost fan. Like, oh, I wanted like the bare minimum. But like, the whole like thing that kind of revolved around this whole mess was like, everyone's like, oh no, it's Ghostbusters. It's got to be amazing. I'm like, I love Ghostbusters as much as any other Ghostbusters fan. But it's not like this like great, amazing piece of art. It's a great piece of comedy, no doubt about it. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to die at this guy again. God damn it.
That sucks too. It's going to be the same one.
So, yeah, what do you think? Would you think like there is room for both people who love it and people who hate it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, well, okay, so that's a good point. You know, when you talk about appealing to the kids, I mean, that's where, you know, think of it this way. You went by yourself to this movie. Now, if your son wanted to go, then they're going to turn, you know, 1 price of admission, which would be you, into 3 for you and the family.
Exactly.
So I think it totally makes sense.
Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's going to be the cultural touchstone for kids of the 2010s that it was for kids of the 80s.
No, it won't.
But, I mean, I'm like, at the end of the day, when I go to a movie, there are 2 kinds of movies I want. There are movies I want to challenge me as a person, that I want to feel like I watched that and gained some experience out of it. Like Shawshank. Shawshank is a movie that teaches me something about myself.
Uh-huh.
Ghostbusters is not a movie that teaches me something about myself. Ghostbusters is a movie where I'm like, yay, this is fun. Dudes are shooting lasers at ghosts, and they're scientists, and it's awesome. They're not doing fucking seances or bullshit.
Seances.
Yeah, it's like, we're going to beat ghosts with science, and it's awesome.
For science.
Yeah, for science. And...
Fucking Jawa.
Yeah, it's fucking Jawas. Yeah, so at the end of the day, could Ghostbusters 2016 be a better movie? Abso-fucking-lutely. I think there was a lot of squandered potential in that movie.
Yes, there was.
On the same token, could it have been worse? Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I guess if you bring that up, you're totally correct about that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, I went into it wanting to like it, and that's exactly what I don't love it, but I enjoyed it enough to say I liked it. You know, that.
Oh my God. How do I die so quick? I actually went pretty far there too.
Yeah. Choose your air, and then you probably left me with like no money again.
Of course. Hey, just like I'm playing this game like I leave my women.
Yeah.
Dirty, used up, and poor.
God damn it. So yeah, I mean, so let's.
Are you anticipating the sequel, the inevitable sequel?
They said they're going to make sequels, and they said it'll probably take place in other cities. And you know what? I'm okay with. Actually, you got quite a bit of money.
There you go, kill the man.
So the architect allows us to lock the castle, so it doesn't change in between rounds.
Okay.
And the enchantress. There we go. That sounds good. That's good. Woo, criticals. But yeah, it's. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Whoa.
Spells, you do have them. Yeah, it. I don't know.
I just felt like it was a pale comparison to the original. I honestly did.
And here's the problem. Here's where I ultimately draw my line is I will never attempt to actually compare it to the original.
Yeah.
Because that is critical suicide. The first movie is so fucking amazing that even though Ghostbusters has managed to create a whole boatload of amazing content in video games, in comics, and in a cartoon show, the one thing I have to say is all of those things, even at their best, pale into comparison to the original thing. I mean, I love the game. I love the comics. And Ghostbusters 2, I think, gets a bad rap, but it is not anything spectacular.
Okay.
And so, ultimately, I just feel like Ghostbusters is a franchise that people feels is sacrosanct, and I don't think it's nearly as sacrosanct as people think it is, even though I love it to death. And I am dead.
And speaking of death.
And we'll catch you next time on Game Grazers.
Thanks for listening.
Ciao.